Okay, stop what you're doing. Seriously, put down the coffee, pull the car over, whatever it is, because nothing else matters right now. It is Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. We were all expecting that, that phony war of winter testing.
Right, the usual sandbagging, teams hiding everything.
Exactly. But that war, it is over before it even began. Mercedes hasn't just fired a shot. They've dropped a nuclear warhead on the entire paddock.
It really feels that way. I mean, the hype around the 2026 regs has been building for years, and today the ground just shifted.
We are talking about the W17. The first images are out, and let me tell you, this is not a plastic toy. This is not some concept livery. This is a weapon.
And the fear you're seeing, it's not just about what we can see on the car, it's about what we can't see.
Oh, we're definitely getting into that. The Brixworth scare. But first, let's just frame this. The topic is the Mercedes W17. Our sources are the official images, some inside technical analysis, and some pretty serious leaks on the power unit.
And our mission, I guess, is to figure out if Mercedes has already checkmated the entire field in January.
Let's do it. Let's dive in.
All right.
Okay, so this chassis, we've seen some other reveals, right? Audi, Red Bull. But they showed us what you'd call white label models. Why was this so different?
Right. So normally paranoia is it's the default setting in F1. You don't show your real car this early.
Because your rivals will just copy it.
Instantly. They'll have it in their wind tunnels within days. So what Audi and Red Bull showed were basically just billboards for sponsors. They look like F1 cars, but they aren't fast F1 cars.
But Mercedes, they showed the real thing.
They released a digital render, yes, but my sources are confirming this is it. This is the actual geometry that's going to run in Barcelona.
That is a massive flex. It's like a boxer handing his opponent his entire game plan before the fight.
It's a huge power move. It says, here it is, go ahead, try and copy it. You won't figure it out in time.
And when you look at it, wow, that central air intake right in front of the halo, it looks hungry.
Hungry is a good word. It has to be. The 2026 power units are a 50-50 split, remember? That electric motor, the bigger battery, they need immense cooling.
So if you get the cooling wrong, you're toast.
You don't finish the race, the car just shuts down. So that intake is pure function.
Okay, but the side pods, that's where it gets really interesting for me. They're not rounded, they're elongated, stretched out.
They are. And if you look further back, the engine cover narrows down so aggressively. It flattens the whole side of the car. It reminds me of something.
The 2022 Ferrari. It has to be.
Exactly. The F175.
The bathtub side pods. But wait a second. Hang on. That concept failed. Ferrari abandoned it because the Red Bull downwash design was just crushing everyone. Why go back to a losing idea?
That is the million-dollar question, and the answer is all in the new rulebook.
Go on.
You have to understand why they're doing it. The 2026 regulations have basically, well, they've killed the floor.
Killed the floor? What do you mean?
The whole ground effect era, the last few years, all the downforce, all the magic, it came from underneath the car. The floor sucked it to the track.
Right.
Well, the new rules have slashed the effectiveness of all that. They've also been super strict on the front and rear wings. So the creativity, it has nowhere left to go but the bodywork.
I see. So because the floor can't suck the car down anymore, they have to use the air going over the top to push it down.
Precisely. All the lap time is now in the bodywork arrow. And they've realized that the old Ferrari concept, which was great at making downforce but had a lot of drag,
is actually perfect for 2026. How?
Because of the active aerodynamics. The new rules let you have movable wings to slash drag on the straights.
So you get the high downforce body for the corners, and then you just open up the wings on the straight.
You got it. They resurrected a dead concept because the rules changed the entire environment. It's brilliant.
That is fascinating. And it's real. I mean, this isn't just a render. The car is running at Silverstone today.
That's right. A filming day. 100 kilometers for George Russell, 100 for Andrea Kimi Antonelli.
Think about that. While other teams are still making parts, Mercedes is putting 200 kilometers on the real thing.
It's professional, it's prepared, and honestly, it's intimidating.
But the bodywork is just the wrapper. The real panic, the reason team principals are probably not sleeping tonight, isn't the carbon fiber. It's the rumor coming out of Brixworth.
Yes, the Brixworth scare. This is where it gets controversial.
Okay, so this engine, Mercedes supplies McLaren, Williams, Alpine. This affects half the grid. But the rumors about the internal combustion part, we're hearing gray area. Break it down for us.
All right. The 2026 engine is a beast. 50% electric, 50% combustion. The challenge is getting enough power from the combustion engine without burning too much fuel.
Because if your battery runs out, you're basically a sitting duck.
Exactly. So the rumor is that Mercedes has pushed the compression ratio to the absolute legal limit, or maybe beyond it.
Compression ratio. So how much you squeeze the fuel and air before the spark? More squeeze, more bang.
More bang, more efficiency, yes.
So why doesn't everyone just crank it up?
Because there are strict rules. And here's the loophole. It's deviously clever. The FIA can only measure the compression ratio when the engine is cold and taken apart.
Okay, so on the inspection table, it's legal. It passes the test.
Right. But the rumor, the speculation, is that they've used special materials in the pistons and connecting rods, materials with unique thermal expansion properties.
Thermal expansion, so they change shape when they get hot.
Precisely. So when the engine is cold for the FIA inspection, totally legal. But when it's running on track, screaming at 12,000 RPM and at full race temperature,
The parts expand and shrink the combustion chamber.
which jacks up the compression ratio, they get extra performance that is physically impossible to detect during a static inspection.
That is absolute genius. It's a shapeshifter. It's legal when you're looking, but a monster when you're not.
Well, it's genius if you're in the Mercedes garage.
Yep.
It's something else if you're a rival.
And the panic is real. Because if they've nailed this, if they have this magic bullet for the new engine formula, they can just walk away with it.
It would be a huge advantage. Getting that 50-50 split working is a nightmare. If Mercedes has this edge, plus reliability, it's domination.
And Toto Wolff isn't exactly playing it cool. He said they are prepared and that the new rules demand innovation.
When Toto says we are prepared, that's not just a press release. That's a warning shot to the whole grid.
It feels like 2014 all over again.
That's the fear, that we're at the start of another dynasty and the budget cap means rivals can't just spend their way out of the problem. They're stuck.
Okay, so they have the car. They might have a rocket ship for an engine. They also have the drivers.
A formidable lineup, for sure. George Russell is the clear team leader now.
And he had a brilliant 2025. With those wins in Canada and Singapore, he didn't just win, he dominated.
He's fantastic in extreme conditions. And think about these 2026 cars. They're heavier, more torque. They're going to be a real handful.
A recipe for mistakes.
For some, yeah. But it plays right into George's hands. He's an incredibly smooth, intelligent driver. This is his best shot at a world title.
But he's got a shark in the other car.
Ah,
Andrea Kimi Antonelli.
the phenomenon.
And not a rookie anymore. 2025 was his learning year. But that pole in the Miami Sprint, the consistent podiums at the end, he figured it out.
He really did. And that's what Mercedes wanted. Stability. While everyone else was caught up in the driver market chaos, Mercedes stuck to their plan.
Russell, the experienced technical leader, and Antonelli, the young explosive talent.
It's the perfect blend to develop a brand new, complex car. They want that glory back that they haven't really had since, 2020?
It's a killer combo.
Yeah.
But winning takes money. And speaking of money, they just landed a huge new partner.
A very heavy bag, yes.
The Microsoft deal, second biggest partner after Petronas.
And the numbers are huge. We're hearing around $60 million a year.
Now, some people will say the Ferrari HP deal is worth $100 million. So is this a step down?
Not at all. HP is a title sponsor. Their name is in the team name. For Microsoft to come in at $60 million without that, it shows the power of the Mercedes brand.
But this is more than just stickers, right? They're calling it a technical partnership. Is that just marketing talk?
I don't think so. In this case, it's not just cash, it's code.
Explain that.
They're integrating Microsoft's AI and cloud computing directly into their race strategy. We're talking real-time intelligence.
So instead of a room full of strategists running numbers,
You have an AI running millions of simulations a second. What if it rains? What if there's a safety car?
it can tell them there's a 94% chance that pitting now wins you the race.
Exactly. It turns data into decisions faster than a human ever could. In a year where everyone is learning a new formula, that could be the difference between winning and losing.
And the car looks the part, too. The livery, they kept the black.
Mostly black on top, yeah, but with the silver on the nose and sides and that Petronas teal, it looks menacing.
It looks like it means business.
It absolutely does.
Just a quick note for our listeners. This segment is part of our news coverage of recent F1 events.
And looking at all these parts together, it's a lot.
So let's just sum it up. A radical aero design. A potentially controversial, maybe even illegal engine trick. A massive AI-powered tech deal. And two drivers who are absolutely hungry for a title.
It's the complete package. On paper, you can't see a single weakness.
It's genuinely scary for the sport, in a way. We all wanted a reset, and instead we might be looking at total domination.
But simulations don't race. The track exposes everything.
Which brings us to the big question, and this is for you listening right now. Mercedes looks unbeatable on paper. But have they already won the 2026 championship? Or is that gray area in the engine going to be their downfall?
That's the key, because if the FIA gets suspicious and decides to change the test to measure that engine when it's hot, that advantage is gone. Or worse, it's a DQ.
Is it an engineering masterstroke or a ticking time bomb?
They are dancing right on that razor's edge between innovation and illegality. And when you dance on the edge, you can slip.
And we're going to be watching every single step. Listen, you need to stay on top of this. That Silverstone shakedown is happening right now. We'll have footage soon. So make sure you follow DRS Zone immediately. We are on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Do not miss it.
You will not want to miss this.
The 2026 season has started. The gloves are off. Lights out.